Hello, hello. Testing, testing. One, two, three. Are we live? Yes, we are live. Uh, yes, I can see it. Hmm. All right. So, where were we? I think. Let me just see if. Okay. Uh-huh. So I think we were able to register the user and we were able to see the toaster down there, right? Mm, let me just do one thing. Hello, Chetchin. What's up? Welcome back. All right. So you were able to see the toaster about that thing, right? So now we need to just after I just register user, maybe I can create to update few things. So if I go on store, I can see a register user, right? Here I can just on the results maybe maybe we can create how the structure is going. App.tsx, right? Hello, Manish. How are you guys doing? Bro, do you play games? I mean, I did, but not currently. I used to play like GTA, IGI, Prince of Persia, uh, yeah, like that. All right. Now let's create a React router DOM. Maybe we will install that thing. And we have a browser router, your application components and routes. Okay, route, navigation, maybe we can go and check React router DOM. We can have a documentation here. So instead of React, oh, something has been changed. We are going to use React router. Where is the repo? So guys, I will request you to please go and check out the polls that you can see on your screen right now. I'll check docs. Declarative. There are three primary ways or modes to use it in your app. So there are 3 guides to get it started. Picking a mode. It's a declarative mode. Browser router, it's for data, and framework. I'll say create browser router, like that. Routing, let's go here. Yeah, I need this kind of thing. So create browser router, I'll have path, I'll have component, then I'll have children's. So it has create browser router. Use route hook in React. Can you check that? Hook is a part of React navigation. Is it? Use route from React navigation native. Use route. Maybe this thing. Yeah, I need this thing. I need this thing. Hook version of routes that uses object instead of components. Yes, maybe we can have that. So we'll create something, and let's see if I can maybe routes. Let's create this method routes. If I call export default function, let's say a router, what was it? Let element equal to use route. I can say that. Element equal to use route, so I'll say const routes is equal to use routes. For that I'll have to do the thing is, how do I install it? Developed by Shopify. So guys, how you doing? Okay. router use routes. Now here will be an object. All right, now we'll use this function. So what goes inside it? If I see this thing again, you see it takes a route object. So hello? I did this. Here in element we will create a component, maybe like let's say register, or maybe let's not do this, let's say login. So that component is not created, but we'll create it, and the path will also be there, that is called /login, right? And after this maybe we can just export default function router. Cannot find name login. Okay, yes, because we need to create it. And we are going to return routes from here. So I need to create a login method over here, component over here. Guys, I'll be back in few minutes. I know Python, but not gonna lie, I never tried Rust. That's all right. Okay. All right. We are back. I will ask all the viewers to please attend the poll that you can see on your phone screen, and then yeah, that will help me. And if you think if there is anything wrong about this stream, please come on chat and say. Come on guys, we have around 30 people watching. We need few likes. Like this stream, come on, and vote. There is poll going on that is currently active, so make sure you do select any one of the option. So we need to create this thing, then we will test it out. After registering, we'll redirect it to a path where we will have this login. Okay. On the maybe over here I can create components, or maybe pages. Right, and for now maybe I can create login.tsx. okay, like that. And here I can say export default function. I can say login. For now I'll say geography. Login page, variant would be subtitle 2, and there would be primary. For now, let's see if we are able to let's call this thing over here, this component. Right, now maybe do we need to wrap it? I saw somewhere that maybe app.tsx or index.tsx. It has to be wrapped in a function, right? We have to wrap our app as well. So if I go on main.tsx, I can see my app over here. So if I go inside app, I can see this thing. Maybe this app provider, but this app has to be in router. This app should return a router, and that router will redirect. Why did you use in documentation example? It uses create browser router. Because create browser router, because use routes, we have the ability to directly create the elements and path over here, and also it's a clean hook, so that's why. Maybe let's check the difference. So it uses object instead of components. These objects have same properties as the component props. The return value of use routes is either a valid React element you can use it to render, or null if nothing matched. Right, now let's check browser router. This is use routes. Let's check create browser router. This is recommended router for all React router web projects. It uses DOM history API to update the URL and manage the history stack. It also enables DWL loader, section fetchers, and more. Due to decoupling of fetching and I think it also has the path and element. Nested routes. Okay, so it provides like a root loader as well. The base name for app for situations where you can't deploy to root of a domain. Used within create browser router. Okay, when using create browser router, routing logic and the use route hooks are handled internally by the router, so you do not need to call use route explicitly. You would generally not use routes directly when using. Okay, it's about when using create browser router. Can I use without adding data APIs like loader? So I can add path and element only. I do not need to add children's. I think these two things, if I use children's, then root will also be engaged with events. Like this could be used for default layout for this path, I think. ID loader. This is a low level data API intended for advanced users. This override direct router's internal binding. Grab only the matches. We need to run. Okay, we'll handle that thing, but first of all I need to do this thing. I think this component that I have written over here, it has to be changed, because this should return a router, and by on the default side, on the default page, like this should be called. So maybe I can just create registration.tsx over here. Maybe I can just, for now, let's say copy this over here and paste it. So need to update these things. All good. Second thing what I need to do is this will now be this will now return routes, router, right? Yeah, like this. Maybe remove all these things. Okay, this will return a router, and I'll add another path over here. Maybe we should try that thing, browser router, but let's see how it goes. With browser, right? I think browser router, create browser router internally uses use routes, so I don't need to explicitly call this thing. So again, but browser router is kind of modern way, it says on the doc, then it should be elemente why it's not element. I'll say registration. So by default it will directly land it on registration this way. Maybe I can shall we, and on the login I should get that, so maybe I should okay. Failed to resolve import app.css from pages. Okay. Are we good? No. If I say login, no. Can you share the resources or repository you are referring for React Redux and project structure? Also, can you share the resources or repository that you are referring to for React Redux? Yes. For React Redux, this is React router. Let me just share it with you. Project structure, I mean, I'm not referring to anything for project structure, I'm just like creating it. So this is React router declarative, I mean, I have shared the GitHub URL. It has the link on the top. On the packages, the first one is React router link, so if you click this, it will get opened. Over here there is info of installation. No problemo. Okay, so I have returned a router, and this router should basically return, by default it should return a register page, but it's not returning. Guys, we have around 30 people watching, and I need you to show some aggression and hit that like button and please opt for the polls as well. Come on. Yeah, let's just close this thing. Maybe this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Let me open React router. Let's see how are we going to call this thing. So app, so inside app this called this one, but again we are not going to do that. Path element children. Okay, so it says dash element is this. It has children's path team element. So if I do slash teams, it should show me, but it's not showing me anything. Nothing. Even if on login, and even if on, I'll say blah blah, nothing. So it's like just returning a router, right? Router. Okay, app cannot be used as JSX component. Now we get something. Says app cannot be used as JSX component. Oh my god, I thought it. Maybe that could be the issue. Come on now, show me something. Error is good. Use route may be used only in context of router component. Router component. Router provider. Okay, now here is the thing. Router provider. God, it's boring job. Hey everyone. Collect developer key next 15. English bro, English. Okay, well that's thank you for that. maybe I can translate it, just wait. Okay, so you are saying you are developing with Next 15 version, I think, Next.js maybe. Why does the website feel slow, especially when switching pages? Might be like the navigation, the data fetching and all. Yeah, with Next.js there is some issue. It's I think a known issue. So yeah, I think it's the architecture. I read it somewhere. I I only tried like once, not just like build a project with it. Uh, Actually, I think participating in a hackathon, so I just did that. Uh, yeah, I mean, not into the like creating any project, so I couldn't say that also feel that, or I also experience about the navigation slowness and all. I just built a single page app, so it was just a page only. So okay, maybe so on the root it says we need to wrap it in router provider, so let's do that. So on main it says provider. On the app, I think maybe here I can say router provider, like that, and inside this thing router I can pass in my router. But that router is that's a create browser router. That's a variable, it's not an element. So if I go inside it, it says export default function, so maybe not a function. I can just you know also over here I can say create browser router, and I have a path and element over here. So maybe this, and over here I can just say roots. Now I think I can, hopefully with no errors. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, so instead of directly calling that component, I use this router provider, and this roots I have created a create browser router variable. It could also be done, I think, with use routes, but let's switch, no issues. Maybe we can try that. but it's always good to adopt things, right? So if I do this and directly use export, right, so it might do that as well. It might, no, it only take a create browser router, I think. Yeah, all right. So yeah, so maybe, yeah, we should do that. It's cleaner and good approach. And we are able to see this now. Let's see if I can do login and see login page. All right, so by default it will be registration. Maybe now we can create maybe we can check for the we can create another API kind of thing that will on the page load will check. So there are two ways you can check. Either you can check it on local if the token exists, but that should not be enough because no validation should be on the client side apart from the form and all. So we should create an kind of API endpoint that will check for the validation of a session, something like that. So what that could do is it can check for, but again will that be enough? Maybe we could create a service called check session that could so let's see a landing page template. Maybe I can see a landing page template. Maybe where we could have two buttons for login and registration, and they both can just checking for some designs. I think it has components. It only has components. Okay, you know what, let's not fall for it. We have to just do something. Anyways, close this, and close this. So now let's build a login page. Login page should have a text box for this maybe a card, elevated, login written over it, and on the submit button we will create the actions and dispatch those actions and map the API endpoints. Okay, let's do it then. So I think most like all the features are already done. Now it's only the component creation and stitching. So we have our backend, we have some decent folder structures or code structure on the front end. We have routing implemented, login and registration implemented. So now I think it's not very much hectic thing. We only need to create component and map it. So hopefully today or tomorrow we will have this completed. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Then I'll just upload it on Git and you guys can check that out. Maybe take the clone, try it on your own, add some features, do contributions and all, right? So let's just go and do. I'll say container, let's say card, variant, elevation, maybe 7, right? We need a stack direction, column spacing 1. Here we need something here we need so basically two inputs, right? So I'll say text field variant outlined size medium. We don't need label, maybe we need a placeholder. I'll say enter user login. Yeah, enter user login, right? Now let's see how it looks. It looks like this. Enter user login. Maybe another text over here that will be in column with this thing. How does the registration look like? Let's take a reference. We have a label like this and a text box with a placeholder. Yeah, login. So let me just add typography. Maybe variant title 2. Primary. See, okay, this just copy paste registration. Bro, would you use Google authentication to authenticate? You mean to say like that those auth pop-ups, right? Arun, so I mean you can do that. We can try. Just copy paste registration. Yes, of course. Let's just copy paste. In a job, buddy. I'm in a job, Arun. All right, now we need state that will have this on change, that will have this. So we have already like implemented this thing, so let's save some time. Yes, we need a snack bar. Instead we'll say good, I'm a student. Awesome. Nitesh, what is the best to do as a third year engineering student? More to focus on and all. Do DSA. I mean, not very hard, like not in depth, but at least basic DSA. And then, any portfolio project that you would like to build, and in that project implement everything, like payment gateway integration, SSO, or any design pattern or something like that. Yogesh, how many experience do you have? I have around 7 years of experience, maybe more than that. Yep. Mahesh, is that React? Yes. Yes, sir. Give me a minute. Service now. I don't know. What are you building? Just a front end for my backend that I created. Rohit, stack is a standalone component or any it's a UI library component. I'm using Material UI. Hello Hussein. Bro, I'm currently doing a blockchain project called DoChain, which is already there, and I don't know how to use IPFS. Can suggest any means to understand or explain me. So you are currently doing a blockchain project called doc chain. So are you creating doc chain? Okay, yeah, it is quite good, at least from the Ant UI or other things. Okay, so you are working on a project, so doc chain is already there and you are working on it. And I don't know how to use desktop IPFS. No, I don't know that too. Let's check. Will the front end gonna die? Cause I have seen people making full pages using just prompts. I mean, you have seen people, but have you really? Did you try doing that? It can only I mean, it can give you a result, but again, you are the one who will calibrate it. Rohit, what are you building? I'm just building a front end, simple front end for the backend that I created in Rust. So I was just doing it end to end. I have created a backend, now I created a front end, then I mapped it, so it's like a application, a web application. So I used Actix web framework to create my server in Rust. I tried and then I found out that it can make pages in minutes but hours to debug. I mean, there is nothing to debug on the pages, honestly. But yeah, there might be some functionality that you asked for. Then it should have given it on a single page. Bro, my cat wants to be a programmer. Any tip? I don't know, maybe if she can just exercise her paws very well. Front end is never gonna die because it presents something, so presentation should always be it should be in demand, it will be in demand. So anyone who is skilled in front end from if anyone can create a component from scratch using just core things, so that cannot go out of the site. Rohit, you're a Rust dev, you also do web3. I was willing to start learning Rust soon. I am a Rust dev. Yes, I started learning web3, did something. So my Rust journey was started due to web3. I started learning web3, spent quite a time in that. Not very much time, but at least 3 months. I set it up on my system, created some smart contracts, learned Solidity. I just ditched Rust because I thought Rust will be tough. So I ditched Rust and I started learning Solidity, created few contracts, smart contracts, deployed them, and just I was just doing it. But when I was starting Web3, there was one some instinct in my mind that says learn Rust, but I just ignored it. It was just for a moment, but I said no, I am not going to learn Rust because it will like only eat up my like next 4 to 5 months. Then I'll have to master it because its learning curve is very like high. So for that I need to create projects, and Web3 uh, would be the not the final goal, but it will be then a later thing. So I thought I should learn Solidity. There is a site called Crypto Zombie. I started with that, learned Solidity, but I just dropped it. Maybe because not like fitting up with my office job. So yeah, Mochi Mochi. My cat want to program, but he sleeps fast. Nice. Man, I heard about in the blockchain project to the smart contract and society stuff, some good stuff. Yep. So blockchain is, I mean, if you are really into blockchain and in a core blockchain stuff, it's good. Yeah, Solidity stuff, some good. Yeah. uh, but if you are learning like blockchain, most of the time you'll only create smart contracts, nothing much. Rest of the stuff will be on either TypeScript, React, or no issues Arun, that's all right. No problemo. So I mean, learning Web3 for making smart contracts, you will only need to just learn how to like write a smart contract, nothing much. Rest of the thing will be a website that you will connect your wallet to. You will just do the transactions and all. So most, it's 80% work will be on TypeScript, Node.js, React.js. But if you are really into like blockchain, the core blockchain engineering, let's say a blockchain engineer, then it's a different thing. I have no idea about that. So the thing I'm telling about Web3 is in the sense that most of the work will be on JavaScript uh, stack, and only the smart contract part will be on either on Solidity or Rust. I think so. I mean, I could be wrong. Yep. White mask is sending a heart that is very glittery. Noise. I wanted to build an NFT marketplace, but I've learned that NFT market is not kind of peaking, and I wanted to start with Web3 because now I'm bored of building same niche web apps. Yes, I mean, if you want to like go out of some way, but still get in touch with the ways, and you can start Web3. I would suggest you to learn Rust, not for Web3, but also for like a general, as your main programming language. You can start learning Rust. Web3 it will be only, it's like a just a you know just a scope. Rust can be used everywhere, be it embedded or web. You know. Okay, so guys, come on, hit that like button. We already have some good viewership here, 40-50 people watching. Come on, do that, everyone. uh, can you run it once? Can you run it once? What? What do you want me to run? Let's change few things. Sure, I would love to learn Rust and Golang too. What's your opinion on Golang? I pretty much think Golang is fun language. Yes, 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 yeah. Whatever you want to do, that is, I mean, go for it. Whatever you do, be it Go, C++, Rust, they all are equally, in demand. So, I mean, I mean, in demand is not very like compromising word for Rust, but yes, you can either go for Rust or Golang. No comparison between them, they all are equal and good. Make a Rust tutorial. I have created few videos on my channel. Maybe I could create about the topics. Subscribers, the code. Okay, sure sir, we'll do that. We have been doing that quite from long time. We'll do that again, just doing some changes. I know front end backend both. Backend is PHP, SQL, and no framework for JavaScript. I know front end backend both. Backend is PHP and SQL, no framework for JavaScript. Okay. Hello Ajay Patel. What's up? I have recently started revising my Python, which I happened to learn in my first year of college, and after that, I only worked on JSTS. Now exploring Python backend these days. JS market feel tough. Yes, I mean little bit tough because the flux is high on JS. So yeah. The flux is high on JS, sir. All right. I think time is already running. Maybe. So we need to have this selector as well, this thing as well. What's your LinkedIn? I will love to connect you there. Alrighty. Let me just share it with you. I just got a invite in LinkedIn about. I got two invites, I think. a job. Maybe should I share it with you guys? I'm not sure if it's like good thing to share because it's a personal message. I don't know. I'm not willing to switch right now. Okay, this thing. Maybe you could check this out. Yeah, this is the LinkedIn profile. Maybe Rohit. Did Rust use any connector like JDBC or JPA or Hibernate? Anything to connect with server? What type of program is Rust? Is it a procedure program or object based program or object oriented program? Nothing. Not server database. I mean, this is some deep level kind of thing. It's a low level programming language, so maybe it can directly, it has some APIs, native APIs that connects with things. भाई क्या debug कर रहा है? Nothing. कुछ नहीं debug नहीं कर रहा यार, बस ऐसे ही. ये रजिस्ट्रेशन पेज का लॉगिन में चेपा था, अब इसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें बदलनी है, वही करेंगे. But time is also running out. I've been there for around like 1.5 hours. But that's a good question. I might let me just search it. So you said, so your main question is, does Rust uses any connector like JDBC, ODBC, Hibernate or something? Connect with server, not database server, of course. What type of program? Okay. Rohit, can you please let me know if this link is is it accessible? I think it is. I got the request, Rohit. Noise. I got it. Rohit. I have sent. Yes, I got it. Thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate it. Okay, so Arun, I hope that answers your question. I mean, hello, please. Hello, brain. What you doing? Nothing. I am about to go. I was just creating a front end using React, TypeScript. So guys, this login page that I copied, it has a few things to do, like I need to create a slice storage for login as well, need to update these things, need to create, so it's a different thing. Maybe when we'll start our day tomorrow, we will quickly do it. So yeah, so Arun, you are saying like I hope I answered, like it doesn't use JDBC or to connect with server, I mean to connect with database. Let me just show you. This is my Rust server, I mean the Rust server I created using Actix Web, right? So if I open this thing, now your question is how does it connect with database? So you see, if I go inside controller, not controller, I created a folder called repository. When I go inside it, I have these things like user repo, order repo, health check, right? So the first question that you said, that it does it use any connector? So if I go inside order repo, you can see I'm using some crates over here. These crates inside may use some functions that I didn't dig deep into it, but instead of like using any connector like this, JDBC is I think for Java, if I'm right, maybe, I don't know. So I use SQLX. So SQLX are the crates. So it doesn't use JDBC or these connectors, but it uses crates. It has some crates like SQLX. There are multiple kind of ORMs, like I am aware of only like SQLX, that Diesel, I think Diesel is also used. So I also like stuck between Diesel or SQLX, so I choose SQLX. I did some research and I thought SQLX would be good. So SQLX is the thing that connect with database. So no JDBC, a crate is there. I'm not sure like what it does inside. Maybe it has like these structs or function that it has, like see, let me just check. Let's go inside raw SQL. I mean if you want to dig deeper, maybe you can do it. I mean, let's just just arbitrarily go inside this. Let's say raw SQL. What is raw SQL? It just a struct. What is raw underscore SQL? It just returns a raw SQL with an anonymous lifetime. Let me close it. Quite a heavy thing. Yeah, so it uses these things: send, sync, unpin. Now it has something called database. So SQLX inside, like under the hood, it uses a crate. It also uses a crate called database. So we are using a crate SQLX to connect to database, but SQLX is using a crate called database to connect, like provide us the function. So let's go inside it. If I go inside database, I can see this thing. So it uses this thing, any connection, dot connect SQLite file dot db, right? So let's go inside any connection. There is no location found. What the heck? What is any connection? So it is creating a type connection that is of type let's go inside connection. Let's go inside database. Database is a database connection. Connection. Let's go inside connection. Now this thing is also using a crate called transaction, but it uses a crate called transaction and transaction manager. Hopefully it will be for a database transaction. So if I go inside database and inside the database crate, so you see how it's doing. It's using crates. So in Rust we have crates that we use to connect to database. We are using SQLX crate. SQLX crate is indirectly using some database crate or some crate called transactions. So I mean, if you want to dig deep, you can do that. So it's okay. So right now, this is Rust a procedure program or object based program or object oriented program? See, it's not an object oriented language, but like JavaScript, we kind of twist its feature to make it look like uh, object oriented thing. You can do it with Rust too. Let me just show you. You see, I created a struct called order repo. You object in object oriented programming language, we have a class, we have an object, right? So we can replicate that thing. So it's kind of I mean, it's a kind of like how we twist the features provided by Rust to look like object oriented thing, but it's not. Like, I created a struct called order repo. This will act as a class. Now I'm implementing order repo and creating functions in it. So now I can call this function like order repo dot get one order detail, like fetch orders, deactivate order, or something like that. So it's not an object oriented language, but we can twist its features to uh, you know to take a look and feel of object oriented programming language. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. Okay, so alright, I think we are here for around 2 hours and it's time to leave, guys. It's already too late. It's around 10. So I'll see you tomorrow. We will quickly transform that page that we copied from register screen. We will quickly transform all the things. We'll create a slice and we'll create some actions and all. Then our login page will be ready, and then I'll just post it over there so that you guys can contribute to it, and you can create features just to practice. Okay, all right guys, bye bye. Thank you for listening me for about like 2 hours. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye. See you later. I'm ending the stream now. Bye.